Stafford to start week one. Great news for Kyren. Great news for Adams. Great news for Puka Nacua. Great news for the Rams. Great news for football. And we've got a whole bunch of other news to get over. Travis Hunter, we're going to maybe draft as well. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in. This is a little bit late, delayed Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. show. We're about an hour and 20 minutes behind, mainly because we went live right before with Scott Hansen. Go watch that interview after this show. We talked with Scott. We went a little long on the live stream, so we kind of bumped into the 8 p.m. show. Ended that live stream right about when we're starting the 8 p.m. show. So we're back. We're going to draft tonight. This will be a combo of the 8 p.m. show and the Graveyard show. We're kind of going to be somewhere in between those two times. So we'll just go live one time tonight. On top of that Scott Hansen live stream. Go watch it after the stream tonight. And let's get to it. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Every single Monday through Friday. Rain or shine, holiday, doesn't really matter. And then we're live whenever big news breaks. And we're live most midnights Eastern when we draft on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. And if you want to draft tonight, please hit the link that's pinned in the live chat. The link that's in the description of the video. Code Smitty also gets it done. Here's the fresh link right there. Dropped in the live chat. We'll be drafting on this show tonight. So click the link and sign up so you're not scrambling to get in later. Do it now. We won't be drafting for a little bit. So gimme pick. This gimme pick. Barkley, 0.0 yards higher. You're going to get this in your account if you sign up now using code Smitty and the link that I just dropped. And this will allow you to do a higher or lower. Obviously, this will be a higher. It's a 0.0 higher. It's a gimme pick. All you have to do is get 1 yard and you win that one. And so you combine that with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other calls, and then, increase your odds or decrease your odds and increase the potential profit. So get on over to Underdog using that link that I dropped in the live chat. All right, let's get into some foosball, shall we? Some news. And this is great news. We kind of knew this was going to be the case. It was trending in this direction. I kind of tried to let everybody know what my opinion was from the jump, that Stafford would be fine. Now, could he get injured in the middle of the year? It's certainly possible, but like I've said about Stafford's back injury, it's not like it's something specific that he's got he's got the disc problem, but the overall back deterioration is what's really at play. And that sounds frightening, and it is kind of frightening. But at the same time, it's a soreness issue. He's rested. That's why he took so much time off. He's good to go, essentially, for week number 1. No real limitations. I'm sure he'll throw a little less. He'll have some fatigue. Throw a little less downfield, but you don't need to. You've got Puka Nacua. You've got Devontae Adams. You have Kyren Williams keeping the defense honest. I mean, really, you could know in advance that Stafford isn't going to make it through a whole game throwing 40-yard bombs. He'll just get tired. His back will start aching. But you can't do anything about it because you have Kyren Williams, Devontae Adams, and Puka Nacua. And Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams are some of the best short game wide receivers out there. He's got 2 of them. And Kyren's no slouch for receiving the football. They just don't ask him to do it a lot because they run so well with him. Kyren could have a nice little surprise receiving season this year because the dynamic is different. And those pass catchers are going to potentially really stretch the defense out. And Kyren might be open in the flat a little more often. Maybe ultra efficient catching the football. And maybe just has 42 receptions, 39 receptions, but has way more yards and 4 total receiving touchdowns. Kyren's totally capable of a 3 or 4 receiving touchdown season. And in conjunction with a 12-plus touchdown rushing affair. He could get 15 total touchdowns in his sleep. That's what he does. That's all he's been doing. Matthew Stafford to play week 1. Not even listed on the initial week 1 injury report, for that matter. Doesn't mean there isn't an issue. Their injury reports are wild. But I feel very good about this one. I feel very, very good about this one. And Kyren to the moon. Kyren's going to drop such an amazing season. Kyren might lead the league in rushing. This player that people act like isn't explosive. It's hilarious when somebody tells me, Smitty, I heard it on another channel. Attention, Kyren Williams. According to my Excel sheet, my name's Eric. He is not an explosive player. He's just not. If you look at the data, the guy was amazing the year prior when he averaged a whopping 5.0 yards per carry. That's explosive. And then, he went down to, I believe it was like 4.1 to 4.3. I forget what the exact number was in 2025 yards per carry. But he had a decimated offensive line. He had Cooper Kupp injured and not playing ever. He was never going to be the same. Puka Nacua hurt. It was just a massive 8-man stacked boxes type of situation, loaded boxes, and still Kyren got it done and scored 14 touchdowns. How do you complain about that? Yet people still say things like, I think Kyren's going to probably split more work this year. He finally gets paid, Kyren, and now everybody still finds a reason to doubt him and an excuse. Now it's his explosion. Kyren's going to score minimum 12 plus touchdowns on the ground if he stays healthy all year. And everybody predicting he'd get hurt. He didn't get hurt last year at all. Kyren's a marvel. You're either on board or you're not.
He's Kyren. He's 7 feet tall. And he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyren. He can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
We got a $20 super chat from Ryan. Ryan says, I accidentally took Justin Herbert. I have JD5 and accidentally took Herbert. They have the same bye week. What moves can I make for a different QB? Team is Bucky, Harvey, Pickens, Terry. I mean, look at waivers, first of all. Like, is Penix Jr. out there? I hear that a lot. Well, yeah, he's out there. I don't think they grab him. I would trade Herbert for Penix Jr. straight up, and you would have no problem getting that done. No problem. What's JD5's bye week, actually? Let's see here. Let me see if I can cook up a couple straight up QB swaps that you can partake in. 12. JD5 is 12, and Penix Jr. is 5, I believe. I think it's 5. So, Cam Ward is a 10 bye week 10. Penix Jr. is 5. You could go Drake May, 14. Kyler Murray, 8. Dak Prescott is 10. So, I mean, there's a lot of options for you, my boy, to just swap out. So you can't use anything with 12. JD5 is your bye week 12. So go. Herbert, swap him out for Penix Jr. straight up. I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. I think they would do it. And your team's good. I'm not dismantling anything in your lineup to accomplish that. Worthy, would I trade Worthy? And I guess, am I trying to trade Worthy and Harvey or Hunter to upgrade? Maybe. Scary Terry. Trade Worthy and Scary Terry for one bigger wide receiver monster. Maybe Worthy and Pickens for one bigger wide receiver monster. Maybe you're throwing JCM in to get something. Great team. Honestly, looking at your squad, Harvey, Bucky, JD5. I assume this is a one quarterback league. Goddard, you could upgrade Goddard into Tyler Warren using maybe even Scary Terry, and you keep Worthy. I know you want that stack, but you could go either way. Worthy, go pick up a tight end. You could even get McBride potentially if you were to couple, let's say, Mason or JCM with Worthy to go get McBride. Or if you couldn't steal that away, that would be a steal. Then I like Tyler Warren a lot. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. And let me put these two supers here, and then I will $20 get immediate attention per usual, and we'll drop these 3 super chats right here. Finish the news, then swing back and answer these questions. We got a little bit of news to go over real quickly. I'll be as brief as I can be. Obviously, Achane, there's this Achane news. Let me move all this out of the way. This Achane news right here. Achane was limited today in Wednesday's practice, but is fully expected to be out there in week 1, and even said that he's 100%. So he's just resting as a precautionary. Wouldn't worry about Achane one single bit. Travis Hunter, this news right here, Travis Hunter upper body is not listed on the week 1 injury report. So he's not even listed on the injury report. People want to wish for this guy's downfall for whatever reason. They want to pretend like he's not going to stay healthy. Can't stay healthy. He's already hurt. Can't play both sides of the ball. Why? Because no one's done it. But why does that make it to where Travis Hunter can't? Because you just, it's different at the National Football League level. Why is it different? Do you play pro football? You've heard this from somebody? Well, Richard Sherman, a former defensive back, said that it can't be done. Oh, because he's jealous. He's never prepared himself to do what Hunter's going to do. When the Wright brothers were told not to go up in the air with the plane, they decided to do it anyway. And they invented travel through the air. They invented flight. Without that flight, we wouldn't have space flight. Without space flight, we wouldn't have super mother freaking novas.
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8 can be supernovas. I give you the 8 best picks in fantasy football.
They are the 8 supernovas. They are the 8 supernovas. The hateful 8 supernovas. I'm looking at the 8 supernovas. Actually, it's 12. Actually, it's 13. The Magnificent 13.
The Magnificent 13. 12-man super flex auction draft. I have JD5 accident. Oh, I already read that one. Thank you for that $20 holler, my boy Ryan. Ryan with the 20 super chat.
Super chat alert.
Thank you for that, my guy. And then I got these 2 supers here. Sup, Smitty. Smitty traded Garrett Wilson for Buka, 1-for-1. I'd rather have Buka. It's crazy, I know. I can't explain myself other than it's a gut instinct, bro. There's nothing to go on to support that, to be honest. It's literally an eyeball test mixed with a few other things, obviously some stats but a lot of gut instinct that goes into that. And I like Garrett Wilson, I do. And I think he's a good value, but I just feel like Ibuka is going to be special. I told Scott Hansen he'd be a top 8 to 10 wide receiver this year, and he was like, he was really shocked. I'm surprised he didn't pick that as the craziest thing I said, because the year prior, when I said Penix Jr. would take Kirk Cousins' job, he's like, not this year. And I was like, yeah, in 2024. He's like, this year, they just paid Kirk Cousins $100 million guaranteed. And I said, yeah, and he'll be a top 10 quarterback. He's like, this year? So we almost had it. We asked Scott Hansen earlier on the earlier show, how close were we? You know, and he basically said it was close, but yeah, we didn't quite get there. And I agree, we didn't quite meet the criteria. But the bold prediction that Scott Hansen accepted this time around, that if it becomes correct, he will immediately come back on the show during the Super Bowl week. And that is if the Commanders make the Super Bowl, and if Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt is the starting running back at that point in time. Now, it's going to suck if JCM gets banged up and they make the Super Bowl, and you know, we're gonna end up getting blasted on that one. But hopefully it all plays out the way we need it to. Commanders make the Super Bowl. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt's the starting running back, and Scott Hansen's rushing back on the live stream during Super Bowl week. So hopefully that will be it. McBride for DK, Hunter, and Warren. Tyler Warren, yes, you'd smash that. You definitely smash that. Even if like you're able to move other pieces later, you're still doing that trade. I like that squad a lot. All right, let me go back to the news, and then we'll hit these other super chats real quickly. Travis Hunter upper body is not listed on the injury report. Travis Hunter is going to be a great start this week, even if he only played like 60% of the offensive snaps, which is kicked around right now as a potential number for game 1. Not that he's not ramping up to 80%, but Sean Tucker hand fully practiced on Wednesday. This is the cuff to own. This is the number 1 handcuff in Tampa Bay. There's no Rachaad White. It's, that's a comment from a casual person or someone that has an oversaturation of Rachaad White in their life. This is the board. Tucker is literally the first player without a photo. So we have the top 6 cuffs right here, and then Tucker's right up there. as being one of the most valuable cuffs in fantasy football. Marvin Mims, so make sure you have him. Make sure you grab him. Marvin Mims' thigh is practicing in full this week. He is a good play and a very good fantasy football wide receiver 3-4 right now. And there's risk involved, but there's going to be risk involved whenever you're talking about borderline wide receiver 3 that has upside. But I think he has a lot of upside, because if you take Marvin Mims, let me go back and put Marvin Mims on screen. You take Marvin Mims' 2024 final 6 games played. 2024 final 6 games played. Marvin Mims was wide receiver, I believe it was 7. Travis and I extrapolated this data on a live stream one time, and Marvin Mims came out to be, I think it was wide receiver 7 or wide receiver 9. I forget which one. Travis, if you're there, do you remember? I think it might have been 7. And so that's not like the easiest math to translate, but it's big. 6 games is a pretty big sample. It's a third of the season. So if you take 6 games, his final 6, not cherry picking, the final 6 games for good or bad, and extrapolate that across an entire season, it was a top 10 wide receiver. Marvin Mims is an exciting player, and he could be a joker of sorts in Sean Payton's system, to be honest. And joker really is normally referred to as a running back pass catcher that's just oversaturated with receptions, and a tight end that really plays a slot wide receiver position and just gets spoon-fed. And so could Marvin Mims be an additional joker piece for this team? Might be. Drop for a defense, Tutton, Sampson, Reed, or Loveland. Probably Reed, because he's banged up right now, bro. He's in a walking boot. He's, limping all over the place. I like Reed, but he's also got kind of a tough situation. This news, Alvin Kamara, according to his head coach, he will get the bulk of the work in the run game walking into week 1 and for the near future. Will he hold up? Hard to say. Hard to say if he will hold up. This $5 hauler from We Buy Homes Near You. Yo, Smitty, should I pick up Gordon off the waivers or stay put? Well, I mean, considering you just saw he was a supernova and one of the best 13 picks you can make in fantasy football, I'm going to go ahead and guess that picking up a supernova is probably a wise idea. I create the content for a reason. I don't know why it doesn't register. I don't know. Is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Am I doing something wrong, or like why do people keep asking if they should pick him up? Am I doing something wrong? Be honest. I won't get mad. Like why is it not registering? Your worst drop probably is going to be, I would say, Diggs. Diggs is not limited. He's going to start week 1. Might be on a snap count, might not be. Just kind of depends. But he's not on the injury report. Doesn't mean he's not injured, but he's still coming back. He's not 100%. But Diggs is the guy to drop. I mean, I'm not dropping Aaron Jones. You could trade. Brian Robinson Jr., maybe trade him to the Christian McCaffrey owner in some deal and open up a spot. But in general, you're going to probably be dropping, I would say, Diggs. I can't imagine, unless Diggs is going to contribute for you, then he probably shouldn't be on the list. Thank you for the super chat. And then Fernando with the $5 2-part question. Thank you, BBQ, for those gifted memberships earlier, by the way. 2-part question, 1 point PPR, pick 2 running backs to start. Harvey, Dobbins, Blue, Ramondre, Najee, Tootin. Pick 3 for a taxi. Tootin, Blue, Fannin, Brashard, BT. Or no, not BT. I think that is that JT and Thornton. Mason Taylor. Okay. I would probably say part 2 question, PPR, pick 2 to start. Harvey and probably, I guess, Dobbins. I mean, what are you going to do? Start a backup in Ramondre or a backup in Blue that may not get any work, or Najee? I guess you could go Najee, but probably Harvey and Dobbins. It's risky to sit one of them. It's also kind of limiting to play both of them, but I I just don't know what Najee's going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and say, and then pick 3 for the taxi squad. Not Mason Taylor. I'm going to go Tootin, and I monitor the hell out of Fannin, but I'm going to go Tootin and Blue or Tootin and Brashard Smith, but Tootin's one of them. Guys, can we vote on who to taxi squad between Blue and Brashard Smith? I'd probably say I like Brashard Smith a little more right now with the suspension to Rashee Rice for 6 games. They're going to use him. And, man, if Pacheco gets hurt and he's such an injury-prone player, did anybody see him just completely in that preseason game run off the field and go straight headfirst into the water cooler in the wall? This guy is so reckless with his body. I think Brashard Smith's starting multiple games. Not that Blue couldn't. I like Blue a lot, though. The answer is both of them. I don't know how you make it happen, but you got to have Blue. You got to have Brashard Smith. You got to have both of them and Tootin. They're all league winners. They're all potentially the next Bucky. JSN and Tet for London. Definitely take... I don't want to say definitely, actually. I'd take London, but it's close, bro. Really, really close. Would you trade Burrow and Warren and Jameson Williams for Kyler and Hendy? Yes, I would. I'd take Kyler and Hendy. Kyler has a better chance of getting you back to right at the right value range than doing the running back swap. I'd definitely rather have the Hendy side. Hey Smitty, thanks for all the hard work. Got offered Bucky for Kyren and Pearsall. I'd rather have Bucky. Pearsall is okay, but this is the kind of move that if I was on the other side of that, I'm using that Pearsall value to go get a Bucky. But Kyren and Bucky are somewhat close, I suppose. Appreciate everybody's super chat and everybody's questions have been amazing. And boy, we've had a huge couple days. Lots of news, so much to go over. Garrett Wilson plus Olave for what wide receiver in PPR? I don't know that Olave is going to get you much, my boy, but Ladd, BTJ, London, AJ Brown's even worth the risk, I suppose, at that cost of entry. You know, wide receiver wise, I guess you just go from Neighbors down. Neighbors, Amon-Ra, Puka, probably not getting any of that, but you could try for Puka. You never know. I mean, Olave's not any sort of great sell. BTJ, London, AJB maybe, McConkey maybe. And then you start getting to a weird territory where it's like you start getting back to where it's even Steven value at wide receiver and wide receiver. Trade DJ Moore for Igbukah. I mean, Danny, what would make me not want a supernova? Yes, Danny, do it. I'm not trying to get mad. Look, you're sending a super chat. I'm very grateful. But I mean, we got it. We got to take these moves. You know, if we're talking about a supernova and a non-supernova, it's like asking, do we trade a $10 bill for a $100 bill? Mm-hmm. We do every time. Every time, and we say thank you.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Okay, we're not doing full team breakdowns. And some of you guys are really crafty, and you'll be like, okay, Smitty, I won't do a full team breakdown. I'm just not sure what I should do at running back. I have so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Here are my wide receivers. Here are my quarterback. And then I'm just going to hang up on you. Gavin, you're live. What can I do for you, Gavin? Actually, Gavin, hold on. Let me merge this call. Hold on 1 second. Caller, please mute yourself. I'll be right with you. Thank you. This caller right here, please mute yourself. Please actually mute yourself. I'll be right with you. And hang tight. Okay, Gavin, go ahead. You're live, Gavin.
Okay, I made a trade. I traded DK Metcalf and Jordan Addison for Igbukah.
Okay, DK Metcalf and Addison for Igbukah. Caller, just mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. This is a lot to give up for Igbukah. You are definitely not buying Igbukah at like cost. You're buying him off Smitty's rankings. But
Well,
I mean, at the end of the day, I think it'll work out. But you did buy him at a little bit of an excess, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
I think it can easily be top 5-8 receiver.
I mean, yeah, I think the only problem you have is if you ended up giving up too much, right? And this goes sideways for a little while. Like if he gets banged up, you can't control that. But if he does, and this depth right here was carrying you or would have, and now you have nobody and no depth, that's where it can bury you. And you can
They were both on
come
the
back
bench.
and blame me.
They weren't starters.
You what?
They weren't starters.
Okay, but I'm just saying, if you have no depth, and let's say this is your starter, and he goes down, and you have no depth, and something else happens, and you're like, man, I had Addison and DK's looking pretty good, but I believe in Igbuka, as I believe you do too, is by the looks of it.
And also, I was wondering, why are you so low on Pearsall?
I'm not low on Pearsall. I think everyone else is crazy out of their mind too high on him. Well, but let me flip the script on you. Why are you so high on Pearsall? I get why he's an attractive play. I get why he's a pretty good bet. But the question is, why are you ultra high on Pearsall? What's he done to prove other than had
ultra high on him. I just think you can't trade him because I feel like he's going to increase in value easily.
But he might increase in value. He also might not. If he comes out of week 1, bro, and doesn't do what everybody's expecting him to do, you're not going to be able to get him. That's when I say trade him. Every time I see Pearsall, I say trade him. Pearsall, trade him. But you also hear me say that about other players I do like, and it's not that I don't like Pearsall, but bro, he's being drafted at the 4-5 round turn. Like, you explain to me how Ricky Pearsall deserves a 4-5 round turn value. Buka goes in round 5.
I don't think he deserves 4-5.
Okay, so
5, 6.
Okay, but when you ask me why do I not like him or whatever, that's why is I don't like his ADP. He's going around 4. Sometimes he actually goes around 4, bro. Pearsall, it's insane.
Actually,
in best ball, yes, 4-5 turn, and I've seen him going 4 a ton. It's almost ridiculously, recklessly stupid. All right. But I do like Pearsall, and if you remember back to my pre-draft rookie evaluations, I had him really high. I really liked him. But he, Jennings is back. Jennings is there. Ayuk is coming back at some point. Kittle's a more sought-after option for Purdy, and Christian McCaffrey as well. So you're talking about a team that's struggling with injuries. I worry about their offensive line. I worry about them keeping Purdy healthy. And if Christian McCaffrey goes down, the whole offense is going to tank. But even if it doesn't tank, you're talking about Pearsall fighting with Jennings to be the third option on the team. And people are drafting him at an insane rate. It's insane.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Thanks.
Later. All right. Let me go over to 786. What is your name and where are you calling from, 786?
Yes, hi. My name is Cap, and I'm in Florida.
Hi, Cap? Pam or Pan?
Yes.
Pam?
Hey, how are you?
What's up, Cap?
Oh, man, blood pressure, cholesterol, man. How's everything, bro?
I'm good, bro. What can I do for you?
Okay, listen. Okay, I'm not going to do a full roster breakdown, but I have to in order to explain my
You're not going to do it, but you have to do it.
Okay, listen. I got Baker, Barkley, Bucky, JSN, Worthy, Tyler Warren. So this is my problem at the flex, okay? And I got Denver's defense also. I got either at the flex, I need either Evan Ingram, Juwan Jennings, or Hollywood Brown.
Why did you have to read Why did you have to read your whole team in order to give me this question?
Because I had to kick it off. It's the kickoff season. The Hansen interview was excellent. It was a kickoff bonanza today. And from now on, you guys don't do what I did.
Okay, so Ingram, give it to me one more time, Cap. Ingram and who?
The flex spot, I got Evan Ingram. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Juwan Jennings, and I just picked up Hollywood Brown.
Evan Ingram.
And dropped off.
Evan Ingram. Go with the Joker. But you didn't need to read off the team. That's what I'm saying. But anyway,
excellent.
I got it. Evan Ingram, go with the Joker. Do it live. All right, bro.
Thank you.
You got anything else?
Nah, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, buddy.
I
love it.
Cap,
We love
Cap.
it.
Appreciate you. Thanks, pal. Hold on, let me merge this call. Caller, just mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. Thank you. Please mute, though. All right, let me go over to this caller. We're going to go to the 646. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, bro? This is Mohammed from Brooklyn.
What's up, Mohammed? What can I do for you?
So I did a ballsy trade today. So I traded Mason and Kyrie Williams for
Kyrie. Who's Kyrie Williams?
Kyrie Williams.
Who's Kyrie Williams?
Kyren.
Who's Kyren?
Kyren.
Kyren. Okay. You traded Kyren and Mason for who?
For Hendy and Gordon.
Hendy and Gordon. Yeah, I'd rather have Hendy and Gordon. I mean, there's arguments to be made here. There's definitely arguments to be made here. I mean, you for sure could argue this, but I'm going to argue in favor of Gordon, for sure.
Okay. Would you trade Golden for Pacheco?
I would. You
would? Okay. So
and then I'd make sure I have Brashard Smith as well.
Brashard Smith as the handcuff. Okay.
Yeah. But in fairness to Golden, he's still a very good option. I don't want people to think I don't like his situation right now. I've been very critical of his value, his high cost of entry. But as of late, I'm coming around on it, and I admit that. I'm not on the train. I didn't conduct the train. I'm literally hanging on the back of the caboose with one arm. I'm not on it. I'm not on it fully. I still think that a lot of this has to do with the play calling, Jordan Love. There's still a lot of mouths to feed there, but I just think that the opportunity is too good to ignore. That he's going to get lots of volume. So I do feel like Jaden Reed being hurt right now, being in a walking boot, has a Jones fracture. But at the end of the day, give me Pacheco. Just cuff him to Mason. I want a piece of that KC offense, and one of those two backs will thrive all year.
Okay, so you'll take Pacheco over Golden, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, later, bro.
All right, appreciate you. Thanks.
All right, let me go to this next caller. 240, you're live. What can I do for you, 240?
Yo, Smitty son, love the show, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, pal.
This is Tom from Houston. I got a question for you. I want to turn a $100 bill into two $50 bills. I want to take my tight end McBride and trade him for Egbuka and Warren in a 12-man 0.5 PPR. What do you think?
Yeah.
Too much?
No, I'm fine with that. McBride for Buka and Warren. I feel like you can maybe get a little more because the market value is like round 2 value for... hold on one second. Caller, just mute yourself. I'll be right with you, please. Thank you. So I'm going to take this McBride value, turn it into what is kind of like a top of 5 round value and an 8 round value, 6 to 8 round value. So you're not there yet. I like the idea, but this isn't probably enough. It's enough.
I got Mahomes.
It's enough in terms of what we expect to happen, but you can get a lot more because we're talking about a 5th and let's just call it a 7th or 8th round pick. The fair market value for McBride is higher. Doesn't mean I don't like this and where this is going to go, but you're buying, like I always use the house analogy. You're buying a $150,000 or $200,000 house. You're buying it for $400,000, and it could be worth $700,000. We know that, but you need to be smart.
Got it. All right.
The answer is no. Even though I want it to be yes, the answer is no. You got to get more. The kind of trade you do with McBride would be Warren, and I'm not saying Buka won't get there. We got to buy Buka at the right price, but Warren and something like Hampton. That's what you can get for McBride, or something along the lines of, if we go wide receiver shopping, you're getting like Ladd and Warren, or even higher than Ladd. That's what you're getting. You're buying Buka, who's a 5th the 6th round pick who we love, and he could crush that value, but this is not enough. All right, next question, then I got to go.
Thanks.
Okay. Apparently he wants to go make that trade. He's like, I'm out of here. 951, you're live. What can I do for you? Where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm calling from Vegas. My name's Elijah. I have a.
Can you turn the show down in the background, bro? We're getting a little reverb.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I have a starter sit question. I'm gonna probably start May, but my receivers are Jefferson, Mbuka, Wilson, Worthy, and Golden, and then my running backs are Hendo, Scatterboo, Achane. Who else I got?
Finish him. Call.
We're doing rapid phone line right now. When we have a full phone line, you can't sneak the roster breakdown on me. Again, the instructions are very simple. Very quick questions right now as we speed through the phone line. When I've got more time, 804, you're live. What can I do for you? What's your name?
Hey, man. This is Malik. I'm calling from Virginia.
What's up?
All right.
You're live.
So I got Ali Gordon, Thornton, A.O. Maynard, Higgins, and Lawrence on my bench with Rashi. I'm wondering, should I drop any of these guys and pick up Woody Marks? My starting running backs are Hindi and Ashton Genty, and Charbonnet is in my flex.
All right. So who's your worst player? List your 3 worst players.
We got Higgins,
Jaden?
Thornton.
Okay.
Jaden Higgins, A.M. Maynard, and Dante Thornton.
Honestly, I'd rather have Marks than Higgins, but it is a close call. You know, there's definitely arguments to be made, but give me the RB. I'm just that type of player that wants the RB. Mute yourself in the background, please. I would take Marks over Higgins personally. That's what I would do.
All right.
But Higgins is nice though. He's nice. I'm not trying to rip on him at all. It's just Marks has a real nice shot at you getting a crack at the lineup. And there's just no way that Chubb's holding up and Mixon's not going to be ready if ever this year. So what's going to happen? They either make a trade or he gets a shot. All right, got to go, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
All right, 773. Hang tight real quickly. Let me put this call on hold. 347. 347, please mute yourself. I'll be right with you, 347. All right, let's see. The caller was 773. Go ahead, you're live.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I have half PPR with bonuses for running backs and wideout big plays. I got a trade-off for Bijan and Benson for Bucky and Marvin Harrison.
Bijan Benson for Bucky and MHJ?
Yep.
So, chat, what do you think on this? Vote on which side you like. This is a tough one because Bijan and Bucky, there's a clear drop-off for sure. How much is it going to be? Is it going to be the difference between Benson and MHJ? Right now, MHJ crushes Benson, but if, let's say, Connor, who can't stay healthy, gets injured, then Benson becomes a top 10, 12 running back. And then all of a sudden, you've got Benson and MHJ being equals, and now you gave up that difference in RB value. So
I have it's a 3 flex league. So right now I have Rice sitting on my bench. So what I'm thinking is
I wait on Rice. I wait on Rice because you don't want to create a problem where you're diluting this Bijan value, and then when Rice comes back, you're like not even using the assets that you diluted Bijan for. So the odds of Benson becoming,
make a trade and hold
I wouldn't, unless you can get a better player, or yeah. I guess if you were, let's say you were to do it 1 for 2. Does anybody like Bucky MHJ for just Bijan? I don't care what he says. This might be your counter. And if he doesn't like it, he can go kick rocks. But does anybody feel like they would take Bucky, MHJ? And who is in your lineup if MHJ isn't? If you keep Bijan, who are you starting instead of MHJ?
Because there's a no tight end and 3 flex right now. I got Ladd and
my question is, who are you starting if you don't make this trade in place of MHJ?
I got Mims or Gordon.
Okay. So my advice to you would be to start Gordon or Mims. That's not a big enough upgrade from MHJ to dilute Bijan down to Bucky, even though I love Bucky. So I'm going to say no on this one.
All right.
All right, my boy. Appreciate you. 347, you're live. What's your name?
Matt.
Matt, what can I do for you?
What's up? I got Bucky Irvin. I got a offer Devontae Adams and Ibuka for Bucky Irvin. What do you think?
Nope.
All right, thanks.
I mean, the thing about it is, let me ask you the same question. If you don't trade Bucky, who are you starting in place of the Adams or Ibuka?
Hampton and Hendy.
So you're telling me you're putting Hampton or Hendy on the bench if you make this trade, or one of these guys?
Oh no, I will be starting them in Bucky.
Okay, so my question is, if you kept Bucky, who are you starting here in place of the Adams or Ibuka? Because if you traded Bucky for Adams and Ibuka, you're starting one of them for Bucky. So who's in your lineup if you don't make this trade in place of the Ibuka?
Hunter and CeeDee Lamb or Debo.
So you're sitting Debo if you make this trade, or you're sitting Hunter.
Right.
Yeah. So why would you do that? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about what you're doing to your lineup. You're kicking it right in the sack. I like Ibuka. Yeah. I do, but you just can't. Some of you guys have such good value and depth on the bench. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever to be making these trades if you're not truly upgrading your squad massively. 708, you're live. What can I do for you? What's your name? Some people aren't ready for prime time. Okay, let me hit these super chats, and then we'll potentially get into a draft. Harvey, Garrett Wilson, Harvey, or Hunter in the flex. I probably go Hunter if you're liking. If you want to risk the biscuit, I go Hunter, I suppose. But Garrett Wilson's a little bit safer. Harvey's hard to start over Hunter this week. If it's me, I'm probably going Hunter. I think they're going to want to make a statement with him, but it's close. Garrett Wilson's pretty safe. He's got a tough matchup though. Guys, who would you start? Garrett Wilson, Hunter, or Harvey? Please put it in the chat. Please rank them. Actually, second dynasty league traded London for a first. London and a first for Neighbors. I don't hate that if it's a later mid first, but I also think the other side's good too. It's a close call. I mean, honestly, you could argue either side of that. Do I trade K9 and Debo for Harvey and Pittman? No, but I would trade K9. But you're not. I mean, Debo's too much. K9 and something else for Harvey, sure. Like, don't ask for Pittman back or anything, but like K9 and something for Harvey, I'm doing that every time. But throwing Debo in is just putting you in an imbalance. I just don't like that at all. Let me go to this caller real quick. 708, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Joe. I'm calling from Chicago.
What's up, Joe? What can I do for you?
Hey, first of all, I appreciate you and all your work. So I wanted to say that first. But I was just calling in to get a little bit of insight on my team. To see if it's any moves you think I should make. Just like,
all right, read your starting lineup as quickly as you can, because I'm not doing full roster breakdowns on the phone. It just takes too long. But read it as fast as you can.
That.
Yeah, as fast as you can.
So QB, I got JD5. RBs, I got Genty, Kyren. Receivers, I got Lamb, Worthy. Then I got Hawk at the tight end, and it's a double flex, so I got Ibuka and Sutton at the flex. Eagles D with the Buck. I know that.
Buka Sutton. Okay, Buka Sutton. All right, got it.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah, sorry. I'm also in the middle of the draft. Okay, so this is a good team. Kyren, Genty, Lamb, Worthy, Hawkinson, Buka, Sutton. I don't know that there's much to do here, bro. I mean, what are you going to trade? The only thing I'd consider would be like Sutton and Hawkinson for McBride, or taking Hawkinson and trading him down into Tyler Warren, and then trying to, because of that, Hawkinson to Tyler Warren. It seems like a downgrade to somebody. Maybe you can turn Sutton into a Lab McConkey. Maybe you could turn Worthy into a slightly better wide receiver or something like that. Buka could be your number 2 wide receiver with ease, so I'm not worried about moving him up if I was to move Worthy out. You could move Worthy and Sutton for one better wide receiver if you wanted. But I think, Hawkinson, depending on the value, down to Tyler Warren can make some sense if it gives you maneuverability somewhere else. But other than that, I'm not moving Genty, not moving Kyren, not moving Lamb, not moving Buka, not moving JD5. So, what else can you possibly do, bro?
Yeah, my main thing that I was looking, because I did not, I kind of messed up with the draft. I did not draft I mean, it probably doesn't matter, but I didn't draft a backup quarterback or a backup tight end.
Well, who's out there at QB?
T-Law's out there that I saw.
That's fine. It's a good backup.
Yeah. Would you drop? So
Penix Jr. out there? I'm sure he is.
No, he's not.
Okay, well, T-Law is good. Grab him.
All right. So just a real quick, who from my
last one, bro. Last one. I got to roll.
Who would you drop to get a quarterback?
Give me your bottom 4 guys.
Bottom 4, Josh Palmer.
Yeah. We'll keep going. Maybe there's somebody.
Xavier Legette. Pop Douglas.
Probably gonna drop. Let's go with Palmer. Not that he doesn't have I know someone's gonna get offended in the chat because that's your wide receiver 3 this week. And what's wrong with Palmer? Get T-Law. You don't need Palmer. All right, bro. Got to go. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. All right.
Later.
My man.
All right. I'm in the middle of a draft right now with my NBA buddies, former NBA players, Ryan Hollins, Brendan Haywood, Scott Gallagher, all played in the NBA. There, we had this is Gilbert Arenas who used to play in this league too, and he was so bad. He was so bad. He drafted 2 tight ends one year and it's a 1 tight end league, but he drafted 2 tight ends one year, and he was horrible. But I'm on the clock in a little bit. It's a 10 man. Who else is in this league? Bobby Maximus. He's a fitness guru on Maxim magazine all the time and does jiu-jitsu, and he fought in the UFC. But I want to run the table this year on these guys. I just got to pay attention to the draft. Last year, they start the draft at the weirdest times, and I got notified that we were drafting. He'll just decide to start it, and I was in the middle of the 3rd round last year, and I was son of, I had to run into the draft. Do I trade K9 Debo for Harvey Pittman? I already answered that one. Thank you for the super chat. This one here, Ollie, Tillman, Mims, Sharbs, Mooney, need 2 for a flex. I go Ollie, and probably this week anyway, Sharbs is kind of intriguing. Ollie and Sharbs is intriguing. Mims is probably safer, but Sharbs is higher risk, higher reward. So Ollie and Sharbs would probably be. Guys, you starting Mims or Charbonnet? Mims or Charbonnet? Put it in the chat, please. That is a tough one. That's a very, very tough dilemma. A $10 hauler here from Jerry. Jerry, appreciate you. 10-man full PPR, JD5 CMC. Keep tabs on the picks here. Derrick Henry went. Man, I was hoping Ashton Genty would fall in this league. The ADP, they go off the suggested rank, though. But we're going to crush this draft. We're going to get, I'll probably go RB, I think. But 10-man full PPR, JD5 CMC, Chase Brown, Neighbors, Buka, Kraft, Monty, Worthy, Ollie on the bench, Devonta Smith on the bench, solid squad. I like it. Not loving CMC. Who should I target? So you're gonna probably want to trade CMC. I love Chase Brown, but I'm going Genty, Bucky, Achane, Kyren. Okay. And then see what wide receiver you can get for free. Or if you can upgrade, let's say, Devontae Smith into that wide receiver. So, example, they've got a borderline first round guy or BTJ or something like that. So CMC into Genty, and then you get BTJ for Devontae Smith. Or if you can't really even reach that high, maybe you get a Lab McConkey for free. Or maybe you get a London or JSN or whatever. London, and you give up Devontae Smith or even a lesser player. Monty's somebody I probably would trade instead of giving up like a Devontae Smith in that 2-for-2. But Jerry, that's pretty easy to fix, I think, if you just go after those RBs specifically and then start looking at what wide receivers they have. Just finished my draft. Running backs were flying. Dak, Purdy, Pacheco, Pollard. Oh, God, bro. What do you mean running? Dave, don't blame it on the running backs. Dave's blaming it on the running back. The running backs are flying. You didn't end up falling into round number 17 before you started missing on the RBs. You can't say this statement. The running backs weren't falling. Pacheco, Pollard, JCM, Gordon. I love Gordon. The crazy part is you could end up having 2 top 12 running backs in Benson and Gordon. But the problem is, how long does it take for that to come to fruition? And you're 0-7. So you can't rely on that. But they're very good players. They're just not that's crazy. Lamb, Nakua, Egbuka, McBride. The reason running backs were getting sniped is because you didn't go running back till round 4, pal. That's what happened. You went Lamb, Nakua, McBride. And then probably went, I don't know, who'd you go after that? Tell me it wasn't Pearsall in round number 4. It looks like probably Puka. Why would you take Puka or Ibuka? Why would you take Ibuka that early? Who in the hell did you take in round 4? Dave, you got some explaining to do. You took Pacheco in round 4?
Take a big lap.
You're going to have to divide Lamb into 2 pieces, my boy. I'm sorry to tell you. You're going to have to go get a Harvey, a Hampton, Hendy, a Kyren, and then hopefully get a big enough wide receiver that this doesn't sting too badly. And then you're probably okay. I don't know. You could be one move away, or maybe like Benson and Ollie or one of the two become so valuable you could then package them with another player to upgrade a little bit. But you're probably going to have to trade Lamb. It truly depends on what player you go get, though. I can't tell you should do it unless you give me the options. Don't come back to me and say, I did it, Smitty. I traded Lamb and I got AJ Brown and, Mixon. Like, do not come back and tell me that, or I'm going to be very disappointed. No meatloaf for the rest of the week if you do that. But definitely feel like there's an ability for you to do some damage here. London and BTJ are both available right now on the board. So is Bucky, though. I don't think I can pass on BTJ or, I'm sorry, not Lamb. London or BTJ. So Brian Thomas just went, I can get London with Bijan right here, or I can go Bucky. Damn, man. Can Bucky fall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 8 players away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would be me, the 8th player. The 8th pick. Do I go Bucky? Or do I go... Should I take Bucky or London right now? I'm just afraid that... I don't... London's not going to fall to me. But the wide receivers are going to be there. Yeah, let's go. I love London. I hate doing that. I'm sorry, London. London, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, London. Bajan and Bucky, do it live. All right, I got them. Just finished my draft. Running backs were flying. Oh, I already did that one. Dave, let me know if you have a follow-up on that, Dave, and we can try and help you out on that. It's a wild one, Dave. It's a wild one. Traded Moore and Mims for Egbuka and Addison in a keeper league. Traded Moore and Mims for Egbuka. That's a smash. Congratulations on Lamb basting your friend. I doubt you'll be friends by the end of the year, but I mean, whatever you got to do to get a W, it's fair. Pickens or Hunter in my flex. Pickens is safer this week. Let's just be real. That's being objective. But can't say I'm not excited about Hunter at almost the same level. So London hasn't gone yet. People are going to be concerned about our running backs, I think, so maybe I can't get this lucky. Okay, London just went. Team 1 has Jamar Chase, JT, and London. Team 2 has Barkley and Bowers. That's Ryan Hollins. And he took Tyreek Hill. Good. Good. Yes. Josh Allen's there. Early quarterback's kind of nice. McBride's there. A.J. Brown, Lamar, McConkey, Kyren, Chase Brown, McBride, JD5. So Marvin Harrison went. Part of me wants to go Josh Allen. Henderson's gonna fall. I'm pretty sure. At least he should. 52 overall. I'm gonna pass and hope that he does. So wide receivers that I could take AJ Brown, McConkey. I think I'm just gonna wait on wide receiver. I think I'm just gonna keep punting wide receiver a little bit. Do I go McBride or Josh Allen or JD5? Or do I go Kyren? Or Chase Brown? What are we doing? So I got Bucky, and the lineup is 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 2 flex. So I can actually start 4 RBs if I want. I'm only required to start 2 wide receivers, which is why I'm punting wide receiver pretty hardcore. Chase Brown, got a lot of Allen. You know what? I don't have a lot of Josh Allen this year, and I wanna make sure. Let's go Josh Allen. I mean, I couldn't have taken any better players. I got a lot of JD5 already. A lot of JD5. So I went Bajan, Bucky, and Josh Allen. And I haven't built that stack in a while. Boom. I do love Chase Brown, though. Chase Brown? All right. And I believe the scoring for this is... Let me see if I can pull up the scoring. Yeah, I don't think it's 6 points per TD pass, but Josh Allen's advantage, running the ball. All right, here we go. Okay, 12-man half PPR. QBs are Penix Jr., Dak. Wide receivers are Lamb, Wilson, Egbuka, Hunter, Coleman. RBs are Bucky, Henderson, Harvey, JCM, Pitts. Rate my team. Any trades? Lamb and Wilson, Buka, Hunter is fine. It's great. Bucky, Hendy, Harvey's amazing. Pitts is good. And your QBs are solid. I'm maybe trying to move JCM right now with Garrett Wilson for a wide receiver upgrade. Past that, I'm standing down and letting these guys gain some value. Of course, JCM in a quarterback upgrade, but I think Dak will be fine. I think Penix Jr. will be fine. Don't really want you trading the RBs. Don't really want to trade any of the wide receivers except for your Garrett Wilson with JCM. So I'd flirt with that idea, but I don't think I'm doing anything else. And I'd say you're about a 7.9 on, one move away, one waiver wire pickup or one good trade after week 1 when you're buying low and selling high away from being like an 8.5. You just need the one move, but you're very much in the mix for being one of the better teams. You just need that one single move. And that move could come from waivers. 12-team PPR, JD5, Genty, Bucky, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, Buka, Pitts, Sharps, Olave, Jennings. Just checking the news right here. 49ers Juwan Jennings reached an agreement deal, add $3 million in in-play incentives to the wide receiver's contract. Juwan Jennings getting a $3 million like adjustment to his contract. That's expected. That, you know, he's been complaining and he wants a new deal and the team wants him to get paid. And this is another look. They're paying him. They're going to use him. I think he's pretending that he's been injured more than he's been injured, but holding in like that doesn't help avoid injury anyway. But Juwan Jennings he can now go from earning $7.5 million to $10.5. Somewhat of a resolution for both sides as Jennings is seeking an adjustment to his salary. So it's incentive based. Jennings turned down a multi-year deal to do a 1-year deal and bet on himself. So he's going to be hungry and playing for money, which is also going to dig into Pearsall a little bit. So just know that. But Juwan Jennings getting an adjusted 1-year deal. I mean, they just keep doing it, man. They just keep doing it. The Niners keep paying these guys. They hold out. They pay them. The players get whatever they want in San Francisco. JD5, Genty, Bucky, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, Ibuka, Pitts, Sharps, Olave. I like this squad. I'm trading Judkins, the first sign that you can trade him once he signs his contract. But that's crazy. And that 49ers it's continuing to shovel out money. Man. Crazy Niners. Let's see here. Bucky, Garrett Wilson. I'm keeping Bucky. I'm keeping JD5. I'm keeping Genty. I'm trading, just like the other person, I'm trading Garrett Wilson away with Judkins. I'm trading Garrett Wilson. Not that I don't like him. This is the move I would make. Garrett Wilson and Pickens for one elite wide receiver. Past that, I'm just hanging out and waiting. Olave or Sharps with Garrett Wilson if you can. Go to the Kenneth Walker owner, see if you can get a major upgrade at wide receiver out of their fear of not having Charbonnet. But do not trade Charbonnet lightly. You have to go get a massive piece. All right, I'm almost on the clock here. Part of me wishes I would have waited and taken Burrow. But let's see here. Then again, no, because I wouldn't have got Trey Henderson right here. So I would have been forced to go a different direction. I would have had 3 RBs already. Not that I couldn't draft 4 in a row. Never mind. So I'm going to punt wide receiver again. But it's a 10-man league, and Trey Henderson's there. So we'll have Bijan, Bucky, Josh Allen, Trey Henderson. Actually, I'm very happy. I could have had Chase Brown and Henderson started all 4, but I like having Josh Allen. Josh Allen's going to carry you week in and week out, and to have these other monsters surrounding him is fantastic. Unless my boy is listening to me right now. Actually, I'm taking Caleb Williams right now, Brendan. I'm taking Caleb Williams, Brendan. Don't take Caleb next. He's probably watching right now. You better not take him. Don't do it, B Wood. Don't do it. So Garrett Wilson. If you can't get rid of him, though, at the right price, Garrett Wilson, Sharps, Garrett Wilson, Olave, Garrett Wilson, Judkins, you're going to wait. You're going to wait and hold. Okay, he took JSN. So just to let everyone know, Henderson's available. Wide receivers, Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans, Metcalf, Sutton, Adams, DJ Moore, Devontae Smith. Tight ends available, Kittle. Quarterbacks available, it doesn't matter, but Hurts and Burrow are there. I'm going to go with a Trey Henderson selection here. We've got the triple RBs with Josh Allen. So Hendy. So I'm actually happy. If I would have went Chase Brown, I probably still would have went Henderson, and then I would have tried to get Mahomes, and I may have liked that potentially better in hindsight, but I don't know. I wanted Josh Allen. I do want Josh Allen in the league. I haven't drafted him in my non-best ball leagues yet this year. I just hasn't fallen right. Thank you for the super chat. GT, appreciate you. 12-man Rice hurt, need Rice hurt, need flex. Should I trade Warren or McBride? It's been tough doing so. Any targets? Starting flex, Jennings, Downs, Mims. I'm going to go probably... I'm going to probably go... Honestly, I'm going to probably go Ollie as the flex. Pat Fryermuth just went. It's the 4th round. Oh my God. Pat Fryermuth. And I don't think I've seen a worse pick this year. In the 4th round. Oh. I don't even know who that is. Their screen name, I don't know. It's not Ryan Hollins or Brendan Haywood or Scott Gallagher, the NBA players. I don't know who this person is. They brought him in. They brought in a ringer. Their team so far is Gibbs, Hampton, and MHJ. You know, it was looking okay. I thought there's no way. This Pat Fryermuth. I can't wait to see this next pick. They're going to throw everybody for a loop here. I might be able to go bully QB here after all in a non-best ball. Pat Fryermuth at 4.8. I mean, you got to reach for that. Like, that's not even like ADP suggested. You got to dig down deep into the weeds to find him. Wow. You know it's a bad group when it's got a minute and 30 timer. You know, this is like bifocals. You know, we hold on a second. Hold on a second. How do I switch? Can you pause the draft? I'm trying to draft. Why can't I see all the run? You got running backs selected. But Connie, can you come check and see why I'm not showing any? Pick Pat Fryermuth. Just pick Pat Fryermuth. Man, I do wish I kind of went Chase Brown now because these guys keep falling. But who do I go next? Okay, they took Zay Flowers. Very fitting with the next selection. All right, so running backs available: Harvey, Chuba Hubbard, Connor, Monty. Let's go in the direction of a wide receiver. Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Xavier Worthy, Laporta. I don't know. Should I just go Harvey early? Or do I take Garrett Wilson? Bowers is gone. Adams is not bad. Garrett Wilson, Adams, DK, Devontae Smith, Worthy. I like Worthy and Rice a lot in this situation, but I think I'm just gonna let's see how far down is Book. He's far down there. Pickens is there. I kind of feel like Harvey here. I think I'm just going to take the running backs I want. I'm going to go Harvey here. So they're probably, I bet the Pat Fryermuth drafter is like, Harvey! I took Fryermuth, he took Harvey. Bijan Robinson, Bucky, Josh Allen, Trey Henderson, and then RJ Harvey. So I just went with that approach. And then when we come back around, I'll probably just smash the wide receivers of choice without even worrying as much about the ADP because I want to try and land them all. You know, Buka, Rice, Debo. I'll be fine at wide receiver. I love those wide receivers. But yeah, to have Bucky, Bijan, Hendy, and Harvey, I'm feeling good about that. All right, Rice hurt. I don't know. Trade Warren or McBride. I would definitely trade Warren or McBride. Warren, you could maybe get a Debo, but you're not going to get what you should be able to get for him. And McBride, you should be able to go get a Lad McConkey and something significant. or like a Harvey and like, you could potentially get a Harvey and a Ladd because Harvey's so undervalued right now. So if you're going wide receiver shopping straight up for McBride, though, you could maybe get, you'd have to give up a little bit more to get a London or someone like that. A.J. Brown, I just don't know if I trust A.J. Brown. Ladd McConkey's a little bit too low in value compared to McBride, in my opinion. So I definitely would potentially make a move, but I don't know. You're gonna have to give me something, T. It's hard to vaguely answer that question because I don't know who has what. But if you bring something to me or a couple, or bring me like the roster of somebody that has like Harvey, then maybe we can kick it around. We got 604 people on YouTube. We have over 140, 150 on Twitter. Please subscribe on Twitter over on the YouTube so we can, you can have a better experience. Friend has Billy and Rice. Have JD5, Garrett Wilson, Egbuka, Bijan, Bucky, Andrews, Hendy. Benches, Travis Hunter, Debo, Harvey, Purdy, Dobbins. Any ideas on trade and who to get? I'm not trading Bucky. I'm not trading Bijan. I'm not trading Egbuka. I'm not trading JD5. I'm not trading Travis Hunter. And Hunter could go right into your lineup. So if this is me, I'm trading Garrett Wilson. And honestly, I'm putting Hunter in. So like, what can I do with that Garrett Wilson piece? You got Harvey, Debo. You don't need to go get a wide receiver. You just need to get rid of Garrett Wilson and then put one of those wide receivers in. So what can you do? McBride, Bowers. Go after Bowers, McBride, using Garrett Wilson and Andrews. And honestly, if you got to give up a J.K. Dobbins on top of that, do it. Do I give up a Hunter, Debo, or Harvey? Probably not. You can make an additional trade later where you give up potentially two of those guys to get one extra player. But for me, I'm going after McBride or Bowers using Andrews, who's a pretty big name. You give someone Garrett Wilson and Andrews for McBride, you might get it done. I mean, Garrett Wilson is not that far off in value from McBride in terms of ADP, so adding in Andrews should get it done. I'm surprised we have TJ Hawkinson went around 5. I don't know. This isn't a tight end premium, I don't think. Let me go look. It wasn't last year. Scoring. Wouldn't be surprised if they added that. That's kind of the way this gets commissioned. I don't see it. It's just a full PPR. I don't see a tight end premium. It still wouldn't explain it or excuse the Freiermuth in round 4. Now, Burrow and Mahomes are still there, so we could go back and argue and say that the Josh Allen pick didn't need to happen, but I just keep getting value upon value, so at the end of the day, we defeat that argument whenever I select. Wide receivers, Worthy's there. I could go Worthy. George Pickens is there. Rashee Rice is there. Travis Hunter. I kind of want to go like Rice and Hunter here and not risk it. But I could go Worthy. I just know I can't get Worthy, Rice, and Hunter. So I got to decide, do I want Rice, who I ultimately want? I want Rice so bad. Do I go Rice and Worthy, or do I go Worthy, Rice, and miss out on Hunter? And then running back, there's not anything right here that I want to select. Burrow is still here. Mahomes is still here. Tight end, Laporta, Kelsey, Ingram. Tyler Warren's down there a ways. So are we going? I think I just want to get my players. I'm going to go Travis Hunter here. I don't want to lose him. And hopefully Rice falls. And if he doesn't, then that's fine because there's tons of talent here. I'll go Hunter. Hunter was like the 5th ranked wide receiver. So I've got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. I don't want to wait. I don't want to risk it. He was like the 5th or 6th ranked wide receiver. 10 team, 2 flex. I'll try and get through these faster. I'm sorry. Lamar Jackson, Achane, Hendy, Moore, Buka, Myers, Flowers, Love, Gordon. Thoughts? Like the team, probably going to keep Achane and Hendy, keeping Buka, Flowers and Moore, Sharps and Flowers. Pollard's the piece to move. Golden and Pollard. Is that Travis Hunter or is that Jarquez Hunter? I don't know. Without putting an initial there, I have no clue. I would assume it's Jarquez because why would you list Hunter that far down? I don't know. So I'd probably say, trading away DJ Moore and Golden or DJ Moore and Pollard for one slightly better player like DJ Moore and Sharps maybe even could get you into a Hampton or Harvey if you wanted, but wide receiver wise, DJ Moore and Pollard or Matthew Golden and Pollard for, you could go after DJ Moore and Pollard. JSN, Lab McConkey. I like trading for Lab McConkey right now. Pickens might not even be bad, honestly. I like Pickens more than I like Pollard and Matthew Golden. Trade that. Reach for Hendy. Yeah, maybe so. It does feel like that's why maybe you're a little thin. Where did you reach for Hendy? You had Achane, and then what? You take Hendy in the second round? You can't do that, Sonny. It puts you in a bind. You probably reach for Buka too. Lamar probably in round 3. End of the day, Flowers and Pollard, or DJ Moore and Pollard, or Golden and Pollard. Hopefully that's not Travis Hunter sitting on a bench. That's what I'm trading and moving for, like a lad for a, Rice would be a good move. Trade Pollard and Golden for Rice. Sit and wait on that. All right, we're on the clock again. Rice is available. Debo's available. Buka's available, but Buka's down there a ways. Mahomes is still there. I really want to take Mahomes too. I'm gonna go Rice here. I can afford to wait on him because I'm gonna have a Buka or a Debo with my next pick, and it's only a 2 wide receiver required league. So the team so far is Bijan, Bucky, Josh Allen, Henderson, RJ Harvey, Travis Hunter, or C. Rice. Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Start 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes. Thank you. And then here's the question here. 0.5, 10 team, Knicks, BTJ. Good team. BTJ, MHJ, and Buka, and Debo. Damn, you got to make a trade though. So Bijan and Achane are the 2 running backs I'm starting. I'm not starting Brees in the flex over BTJ, Igbuka, or even Debo or MHJ. You got to trade one of them though. BTJ, MHJ, Igbuka, Debo, and Sutton. Maybe you're moving Brees, and the problem is going to create another lineup dilemma, but I'm trading Brees and Sutton for one player, and I'm going Hampton, I'm going Hendy, I'm going Kyren shopping. I'm going potentially, I don't know, you might even be able to look at a London, or you trade, after you trade that, the player that's left over, whether it's Debo or whatever, upgrade Bo Nix slightly to a Mahomes. But definitely moving Sutton and Brees Hall for one player, for sure. Easy. Light work. Ricky, appreciate your $10 hauler. 14 team PPR Petrified Peter League. Start 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, and a flex. Lamar, Saquon, Pickens, Hunter, Kelsey. Rank these, any moves not named Saquon. I like the team a lot. Bucky, unbelievable running backs. Don't move those guys. Don't move Pickens. Don't move Hunter. Don't move Kelsey. Bill, Ollie. No moves, bro. Just wait on this team. This is like a 7.9, but not one you'd want to mess around with until Bucky and Pickens and Hunter and Kelsey and Gordon and Bill and Mims. None of those guys have the value they're going to have. So trading them prematurely is going to put you in a spot. But I like the team, and I think it's one move away, and that move might just be waiting on one of the wide receivers or running backs on the bench to ferment. And once they do, you have an 8.2, 8.5 team right then and there. 12-man half PPR. QBs are Penix Jr., Dak. Wide receivers are Lamb, Wilson, Buka, Hunter. Love Buka, Hunter, Lamb. If you can only start 3, then I'm moving Garrett Wilson. If you can start 4, you might want to hold. Running backs are Bucky, Henderson, Harvey. Those are fantastic. If you're starting Harvey in your flex, and you will in time, maybe not right away, but when you do, the question is, are you still starting all 4 of those wide receivers? If you are, then I just kind of leave everything. But if you can only start 3 wide receivers and 3 running backs, I am trying to move Garrett Wilson. I'm trying to move Garrett Wilson. I don't know that I'm upgrading the RBs. I think I'm trying to upgrade my quarterback, or I'm trying to upgrade Kyle Pitts into a McBride. I don't say Bowers a lot because Bowers will cost you too much. McBride is a lot cheaper, and he's the same value, in my opinion. So quarterback upgrade or upgrade to McBride, and then that's that. You could also, you could try to upgrade Harvey and Garrett Wilson into a Genty. I'd do that trade. Thunder, appreciate you. Thoughts on my team in QB, 10-man Penix Jr.? I like Penix Jr. Fields. I'm fine with that. Lamb, Neighbors, London, Garrett Wilson, Walker, Sharps, Harvey. Everyone has Garrett Wilson. Everybody has Garrett Wilson. It's not that I don't like him. It's just he's a very easy to trade player. You look at it and you say, I'm going to use Garrett Wilson, and I'm going to use Garrett Wilson with Walker, and I keep Sharps. Give me one big monster using Garrett Wilson and Walker. Keep Charbonnet. Tell him to kick rocks. You're not trading Charbonnet. And just make someone, that's really hurting at running back buy into that. And get a wide receiver or a running back. But everyone has Garrett Wilson. Everyone. Patrick Mahomes finally went. Damn, I was going to maybe take him. And bully QB this situation. Debo's there. Buka will fall. Will he fall? Oh, did Buka go? Buka went, didn't he? Maybe he didn't. Where did someone take Buka? Where did he go? Damn it, yes. Damn it. How did he know to take Buka? Probably watching the channel right now. Son of a. All right, so Debo's there. Quarterbacks. Yeah, not gonna take a quarterback here. Running backs, lots of value, but we're gonna wait on it because they're way down here. They're way down here. Wide receivers, pretty decent options, but the only one that stands out is Debo. We'll go Debo. So right now, only wide receivers I have are Debo, Rice, and Travis Hunter, but you're only required to start 2. So I'm starting Travis Hunter and Debo. My 4 running backs, and I can start all 4, are Bijan, Bucky, Hendy, and Harvey, and my quarterback's Josh Allen. So I'll probably get Tyler Warren later. Let me see if I need to go activate Project Tyler Warren now. I may need to. He's down a ways. And how many people have tight ends? 1, 2, 3. Pretty much everybody but 2, 3. So 3 teams, including me, don't have a tight end. So he's like the 3rd ranked tight end. So I might be okay going down and back, but it's a risk. Man. Freiermuth. The guy that took Freiermuth took Baker and Bo Nix nearly back to back. I was not expecting that. Although I don't care. I got Josh Allen, but I'll take Penix Jr. later. As far as this team here, Garrett Wilson and Sharps, or Garrett Wilson and Walker, I'm sorry, for 1 player. Just keep trying that until you get the right player, Thunder. That's the only thing I'm focused on right now with that squad. Trade Olave for Krosky Merritt. I probably would. It's a risk either way, but I take it. Offered Worthy for my Garrett Wilson. I have Mahomes. I'd rather have Worthy over Garrett Wilson. Redraft dropped 1 kicker, ETN, Bigsby, Mason. Redraft dropped 1 4 kicker. Probably, I mean, I don't think I'm dividing up ETN. Probably got to drop Mason, but like I don't like that. Ingram is available. I could grab Ingram, but again, Warren's there. So let's go ahead and wait on Warren. Running backs. I could go Sharps here. I would have taken Mahomes if he was there. Wide receivers. Honestly, there's nothing here that I like. Overwhelmingly, at least. And the running backs, the same thing. There's like ETN and Scattaboo. I think I'm probably just going to go Charbonnet here. It's just a league-winning move. We'll go Zach Charbonnet here. We're in round 9 anyway, so it's not like we're that early. So went Charbonnet. We got a total running back room. We've got a $100 hauler. Appreciate you, Shelly, for dropping the 100 WAD on screen. Thank you very much.
Smitty.
Thank you very, very much. Drafted from the 2 spot, 10-team full PPR. Hurts, wide receiver, Lamb, Nico, Sutton, Buka, Hunter, Rice. What are we doing? Bucky, Hendy, Mason, Sharp, Sampson, Warren, Kraft, Steelers D, 8 point. You got a C grade. A C grade's wild. The fact that a system, even in a 10-man league, doesn't understand the value of Hendy, Buka, that's crazy. Hurts is your quarterback. Tyler Warren, I mean, that's what it is the rookies. They're just undervaluing them. But this is a 8.5 out of 10 without even trading or doing anything. Lamb, Nico, that's 2 first-round players. Bucky's a first-round potential player, at least top of 2. And then Hurts, see, that's crazy. The tough part is like Buka, Hunter, Rice. Like, what are you going to do there? You got Rice is a top 5 wide receiver when he comes back. Don't trade him. You don't need to. So we're trying to trade Sutton maybe. Sutton and Mason. And we don't have to do anything. Sutton and Mason for Harvey. Sutton, Mason for Harvey. Sutton, Mason for Kyren. Sutton, Mason for Hampton. Maybe the Najee news spooked him. Do you have Ollie Gordon? Mason for Ollie. Sutton for Ollie. I do those trades. And you probably get those done because Ollie does not have the value outside of our community. Thank you so much for the super chat. The easy thing is to just stand down, but I would go get Ollie. Or Charbonnet maybe with Mason or Sutton for Sharps. Go get Sharps or Ollie or Harvey. And you're just putting yourself in an even better position. Great job with the team. Redraft drop 1 for a kicker. I think I said Mason already, but I don't like that. I mean, you're forcing me to tell you to drop a good player. You know, that's a real tough spot to be in. Shelly, appreciate you. And also, you get to be on any animation you want. So choose a video, and we'll put you up on that. Any $100 hauler gets to choose an animation or a video to be placed on. So thank you very much. Burrow, Gibbs, Hendy, London, Buka, Kittle, Pearsall, Hunter, Rice, Bill, Mason. Start Hunter, Mason, or Bill. I'm going to start Hunter. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate. Been a fan for years. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. And Mason's not bad though. You know, Mason's pretty safe, but I would definitely personally go Hunter. Thank you very much for the super chat. $10 hauler from CDs. Hurts, Bucky, Pacheco, Chase, Jamar Chase, Worthy, Bowers, Buka, benches, Braylon Allen, Benson, wow, Sharps. You got a lot of talent. Ollie, Pearsall, Trey Pearsall. Do I need to upgrade Pacheco? I mean, make sure you got Brashard Smith. Do you? I don't see that you do. So go get Brashard Smith. Your drop would probably be, how do you drop somebody? Damn, I don't know. I guess you can't. Make it 2-for-1 trade, I suppose, to try and make room. But Sharps, you definitely need Sharps. I mean, sorry, Bouchard. I would probably trade Pearsall right now, especially to open up room for Bouchard Smith. But Pearsall and Pacheco, sure. Would I do that and avoid needing? I still would get Smith later. After you make a spot, go grab Bouchard Smith. But Pacheco and Pearsall for Harvey, that would be good for Debo. Pacheco, Pearsall for Debo, or for Harvey, or for Travis Hunter. Yeah. Then pick up Bouchard Smith. And if not, you could maybe trade like Keon Coleman. And honestly, you could cut Keon Coleman probably for Bouchard Smith if you needed to. Just because it's such a good team. I mean, not everybody would want to cut Coleman. But then I would say if you can't get that trade done, go JCM and Pearsall for a Hunter or a Harvey or a Debo. That would work too. I think you pull off one of those. Did Shelly say what video? I don't think so. Let me know if you want to be on a video. Appreciate you for dropping that $100 holler. Start one, Debo, Hunter, DK. I'm going to go Debo for safety. Hunter's higher risk, higher reward. But I can't lie. I think Debo's the way I would lean, I suppose. 12-man PPR. Thank you for the $10 holler. Josh Allen, Bijan, Kyren, Buka, Debo, Pitts, Hunter, Gordon. Unbelievable. Rice, waiting on Rice. Don't do a thing. I don't want you to trade a single starter. I love this entire team, and there's nothing on the bench, no offense, to really trade. Who should I trade Josh Allen for? Was thinking Garrett Wilson. Why would you trade Josh Allen? Why would you trade Josh Allen? You don't need to make a trade. Your team's actually really good. Bigsby's kind of a starter right now anyway, so like, you know, I don't know if you're going to put him in the flex or something, but why would you trade Josh Allen? Tyler Warren. Damn it, B Wood. I know you're watching the show right now. Son of a B. Damn you, B Wood. Knew he was going to do that. I'll probably roll with jeez, man. Do I go Krosky, Merritt? I don't need to go Ollie yet. I could go Ollie next pick. Krosky, Merritt, or Kyle Pitts or Loveland. What do you guys think? Let's go Bill. Might have some trade value with Bill anyway. I hope there's not a running back limit or something here that I'm not understanding. I'm going to pick up a kicker in D later probably. Pickens or Harvey week 1, probably Pickens is the safest call for sure. Thank you for the super chat. All right, what were we talking about here, Rabbit? Yeah, why are we trading Josh Allen, Rabbit? Why would we do that? Just leave your team alone. It's a really, really good team. Shelly says thanks. Hope he sees that that it's the CD video. Oh, the Get Lambed video? Is that the one you want, the Get Lambed? CD. I think that's only CD Lamb video. Well, we have the Dak Prescott video. We have this video.
How Dak attack.
Here's what I found.
How Dak attack. Lamb. Pickens. Lamb.
I mean, how could you not want that video? So thank you very much. Let me throw that on there. So let's play one more time.
How Dak attack. How Dak attack. Lamb. Pickens. Lamb. Pickens. Dak attack. Deck attack. Deck attack. Deck attack.
I mean, how could you not want that video? That video is, one of the better ones out there. By the way, that's a hit from Take a Lap Studios, Take a Lap Records. I'm sorry. This is what are we doing here? Yeah, why am I still on this? Don't trade Josh Allen. What are you doing? Keep this team. Your team's fire. Your team's a league winner. You start messing with that, and it's gonna ruin it. Just log out of your app. I don't know what you're doing messing around with trying to trade that team. Rabbit, appreciate you for the super chat. All right, this one here is from Ray G. Ray G says, well, Smitty, I did what you told me to do. I have either JCM or Gordon on all my teams. I also have either Little or Aubrey. Okay, well, it depends on the cost. I mean, I didn't say necessarily to put them on all your teams. I did what you told me to do. I have either JCM or Gordon. I think you should have Gordon on every team. Yeah, that I guess I have said that. But at what cost? I don't know what you gave up or surrendered to get it done, but I don't think I want to risk it that Gordon goes. I'd be so sick to my stomach if watching right now B Wood takes Ollie Gordon from me. So take that. Ollie Gordon's on my roster, and there's nothing you can do about it. Ray G, congrats on that, having Ollie Gordon on every one of your rosters. Your message helped make me take him early just so I didn't get screwed. 12 team, 0.5 PPR, 3 wide receivers, QB, Knicks, running back, Jacobs, Pacheco, wide receivers, Neighbors, GSN, MHJ, Hawkinson, bench, Bigsby, Tootin. There's not much to trade on the bench. If I was to trade anything at all, I would be trying to trade Jacobs. And honestly, he feels like a downgrade in the market value to a Hampton or a Hendy in some cases, and a Harvey and a Kyren. And so if I can move that, and even if I have to give up, let's say, Hawkinson, let's say they had Tyler Warren, that would be perfect. But I would potentially look to the waiver wire, see what's out there. Kyle Pitts gets dropped and is a free agent in some cases, or very cheap. Jacoby Myers for Pitts or whatever. Bigsby, you could maybe even trade Tesla to get Pitts or something. But I would definitely use what I could that's not Neighbors, JSN, or MHJ to upgrade Jacobs. Now, I would also make sure Brashard Smith's on my team. Then I feel good about Pacheco as my running back too. I don't feel good about it unless I've got that backed up. Thank you for the super chat. Scotty, 12 team, 0.5. What's this question here? Oh, that's the same one. Thank you. Appreciate you. This one's from Matthew. Matthew, appreciate you. 3 keeper league, 1 QB, had St. Brown. Puka, BTJ drafted, Kamara, Hampton, Purdy, Knicks, Ingram, Pearsall, Ridley, Stash, running back, Braylon Allen, Caleb Johnson. Make moves or hold tight. I will probably say I love the wide receivers in St. Brown, Puka, BTJ. I love Hampton. I think Kamara I would try and trade for Hendy, Genty, Bucky, Kyren. I said Hendy. And if I've got to give up something in some of those cases, Pearsall. Pearsall's there for the additional piece to get that done. And then I have, and did I say Hampton? You already have Hampton. So Kamara and Pearsall for Hendy. Kamara and Pearsall for Kyren. Kamara and Pearsall for obviously a Bucky or a Genty or an Achane. Make sure Gordon's not on waivers, and probably saying stand down everywhere else. That's the only move I'm trying to make. Knicks is fine. Ingram's fine. Ridley you could even throw in with the Kamara to get the running back upgrade if you didn't want to go near the... Or I'd rather give up Pearsall, though, but I'd give up either one. I'd give up both. I'd give up all 3. Kamara, Ridley, Pearsall, and then hit waivers if I could upgrade into a massive running back upgrade. Like Genty, Bucky, Achane will especially give up all 3. Let's see here. Box, appreciate you dropping the super chat. BTJ Pollard for Jacobs plus Devontae Adams. I get, you know what, fair market value, maybe, but then you got to flip it, you know, because I don't want, yeah, you probably BTJ, man. You probably, right, chat? You take BTJ and Pollard and turn it into Jacobs and Devontae in a redraft, right? And then you try and flip Jacobs again. It's a lot of work, but I think you do end up coming out on top. BTJ is hard to trade, but I don't trust Pollard. So Adams and Jacobs is a lot of value. Guys, do we agree on that? If you're a noob, play the cheaper drafts. Smitty doesn't have a contest. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Okay, so does everybody agree on that? I think that's probably the best advice, honestly. It's a lot of work, and you're risking that you're going to be stuck with Jacobs. But Jacobs is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with Jacobs. I prefer to upgrade him. Burrow, Chase, MHJ, Debo, Hendy, Ford, Bowers, Igbuka, bench is Scat, Sampson, Tootin, Horton, Rashard Smith. What do I think? I think it's a good team. I mean, Chase and Burrow and MHJ, Debo, Hendy is solid. Bowers, Igbuka. I love it. I'm trying to get a better running back too. You know, I wish you had Gordon or something. Maybe because you have Rashard Smith, you could get Pacheco using, I don't know what you could really use or trade. You know, I would explore. God, I'm probably gonna time out on my phone. Screen went dark and locked. I would explore Bowers down to McBride and see if you could upgrade the Ford, or you don't really have a running back. So like, who's the Harvey owner have at tight end? Now, I'm not saying I'd trade Bowers. I'm just saying I would explore going and getting McBride and a running back. It had to be the right running back. What does the Ollie Gordon owner have? Does he have McBride? Does he have... And I'm not saying I'd necessarily take McBride and Ollie Gordon and that's it. I might get more because I can. But that would be intriguing. I wonder who the McBride owner has. Imagine if they had like Harvey and you could get that. You know, something along those lines. Sir Blunt, let me know on that. And if we can cook up something, I would be glad to re-engage. 12-man auction, 2 flex, Mahomes, Gibbs, Bijan, Bucky, G's, Debo, Cup, Keenan Allen, Kelsey, Amanor. Yeah. Mahomes, Gibbs, Bijan, Bucky, Debo. I think I'm standing down. I don't love your wide receiver 2. All right, I'm on the clock here. You know, this is one of those things where I'm going to scroll down and realize, oh my God, I can't believe that Sleeper's got this guy so low. Let's see, I got a minute left. So Blue is there, Bigsby's there, Benson's there, Tootin's there. Woody Marks, quarterback. I definitely need a backup quarterback. Penix Jr. is going to probably go undrafted. He's so far down there on the quarterback ranks. I don't think I grabbed a tight end yet. Kyle Pitts is still there. I kind of feel like I probably need to go in that direction. Although, I mean, there's still some good options. I'm going to probably go Kyle Pitts here because I don't have a tight end yet. And I don't have a backup quarterback yet, but I could probably wait on that. And then I need a kicker and defense, which I usually wait on, but I don't know if I have time to worry about that. So maybe I'll queue Little and I'll queue a defense. Maybe I draft a defense early. The Ravens are there. The Ravens, the Broncos, the Steelers, the Bills, the Commanders. Nice week 1 matchup. What do you guys think? And then rookies. I mean, I can't even draft like Thornton or anything in here. It's crazy how deep this league is. I'm just going to grab Penix Jr. now. You know, I could even trade Josh Allen in this league. All right, 12-man auction. Love this team. I don't even hate, like, Ale Manor is kind of like a crafty, like, risky play with a team that has no holes except for that one spot. But I would very much entertain trading. You know what? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say work the waiver wire. Maybe have a little faith in Ale Manor right now. Don't love Cooper Kupp. Work the waiver wire. Try and solve this without getting rid of any of those players. You have too good of a team. Bijan, Bucky, and Gibbs, and Mahomes, and Debo are fantastic, and Kelsey. I don't want you trading any of that. So let's just wait on that. Let's work the waiver wire. Let's be a waiver wire monster, shall we? 12-team PPR, 1 QB, 2 flex. QB Hurts, Bucky, Harvey, Warren, Sharps, Ollie, JJ, MHJ, Rice, Bowers. Thoughts and any moves? Probably a near 8.0, really. This team, Bucky, Harvey is great. Sharps or Ollie's really what you're waiting on. So we're going to give it like a 7.8, 7.9. You're waiting on a rise up from one of those RBs. I'm not opposed to starting Harvey in week 1. That I think you almost have to. Ollie's a crafty but risky play in week 1. You may be able to move Warren off the news that he's a starter today. So, like, if you were to move, like, Warren and MHJ for a slight wide receiver upgrade, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But I'm probably standing down and letting this team gain value. But 7.8 out of 10. Hold, don't do too much. $20 hauler. I apologize for making you wait on this $20 super chat. And then we got another $20 hauler from Drain. Drain, are you here? I'm so sorry to both of you who dropped these $20 haulers and my alerts were off. I think I turned them off when the Scott Hansen interview was going on, and I forgot to turn them back on. So when I get these $20 haulers, I have no clue. They're just coming in as a normal message. I'm sorry. Are you guys still here? I'm taking forever tonight. I think I'm just with this draft and just being worn out from earlier today. Smitty, you're the man. I know that's all you said. Drain, are you still here? Drain, and then also QF Stops. I appreciate both of you with a $20
alert. Super chat alert.
Where are you at? Hopefully QF Stops and Drain is still here. Train. D-Train. Sorry, D-Train. I call you Drain. D-Train, are you still here? I hope D-Train's still here. I feel awful. Thank you. All D-Train wanted was just a little recognition for saying, Smitty, you're the man. And I just sat there and let the super chat sit there. I apologize. I'm gonna do better. D-Train's still here. D-Train's still here. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Attaboy. Attaboy. This one here, trade QF Stops. You still here? Yes, you are. Okay, QF Stops is still here too.
Let him cook.
That's my fault, guys. I won't let it happen again. At least I'll try. Trade thoughts: Lamb, Kyren, BTJ, Harvey, Buka, Ollie, Gordon, Burrow, Keon Coleman, Krosky, Merritt. Really, really good squad. Love the team. On deck here. Hold on. Brashard Smith. All the defenses went that I just named off. Bills defense, Chiefs defense, or Commanders defense. Vote in the chat, please. I've got a minute to do that. Lamb, Kyren, BTJ, Harvey, Buka, Ollie, Gordon, Burrow. Love the team. Krosky, Merritt. Not much you can move here. Maybe try and move Krosky, Merritt potentially for... I mean, what are you going to even do? Who's your quarterback? Lamb, Kyren, BTJ, Ollie, Burrow. Yeah, just wait on this. QF Stops. I hate to not give you any ideas here, but the truth is I don't want to... We'll go Commanders. I don't want to move Lamb or Kyren or BTJ or Harvey or Buka or Ollie Gordon or Burrow. And the only other player you have is Krosky, Merritt. Maybe Krosky, Merritt, and Hawkinson for, I mean, honestly, you got Harvey already. Hampton, like Krosky, Merritt, and Hawkinson for Hampton. You try it for, I mean, who could you even get? Let me just scroll up and look at a board here. JSN, McConkey, Garrett Wilson. Got RJ Harvey already. Travis Hunter. Try Travis Hunter. Ibuka, you already have, right? Yeah, all those are pretty decent potential moves. Krosky, Merritt, and Hawkinson for Hunter. For Rashee Rice and wait on him. That would be an awesome move, QF stops. You pull that off and it's over. It's over. QF stops to the moon on that one. Thank you, QF. Thank you, D-Train. Appreciate you. Trade Gibbs for London and Henderson. Yes, I would take that in a heartbeat. Love that trade. Hate trading Gibbs, but it is what it is. Also, league is 2 running back, 2. Okay, thank you, Steve. Appreciate you on adding that. No trades, 1 flex. Bree, Sutton, Debo, Egbuka. Debo's the safest. Sutton's pretty safe too. But I'm going to go Buka. Buka, then Debo in that order if you do need 2 for whatever reason. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks again, D-Train, for the $20 hauler. Thank you, Shelly, for the $100 hauler. It's my turn to make a selection. Let's go with Little. And our draft is complete. My team is as follows. Josh Allen and Penix Jr. at quarterback. Kyle Pitts is my only tight end. Washington Commanders and Little. Then I got Bijan, Bucky, Trey Henderson, Harvey, Charbonnet, Krosky, Merritt, Ollie Gordon. I've got Travis Hunter, Rashee Rice, Debo Samuel. And that's it for wide receivers. But I don't really care because it's a 2 mandatory wide receiver league. And there's guys like Dante Thornton out there. The wide receivers are so plentiful. And I could even pick one up now if I change my mind. Luther Burden, Mims, Keenan Allen, Bateman, Thornton Jr., Mari Cooper, Hollywood Brown, Hesla. All those guys are on waivers. Amanor. There's no reason for me to even worry about wide receiver. I'd rather make a trade. Thank you, Shelly. I appreciate you very much. Let's hit that one more time for Shelly, the Dak Prescott video and the.
How Dak attack. How Dak attack. Lamb. Pickens.
Do I trade Golden and Mixon for Travis Hunter? Yes, if you like winning, you would. Got sent Tyler Warren and my choice of Pollard or Swift for either my Hampton or Kenneth Walker. So Tyler Warren and Swift I would probably take because you can trade them for more. You know what? Never mind. Pollard. I'd take Pollard. Tyler Warren and Pollard for your Hampton or Kenneth Walker. Do not trade Hampton. It's like saying, I might get a Lamborghini if I exchange my Pantera or my VW Bug. So trade the VW Bug. Unfortunately, that's Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker, we'll see you later, young. But that's if you're going to make that trade. Kind of feel like I want Tyler Warren bad, but I feel like you can get more. I don't want Pollard or Swift. What can you tweak to this? I like the idea of getting Tyler Warren, but Walker's value, his fair market value is higher. Current Ingram's a great tight end too. I would say you need more. I don't like Pollard or Swift. Maybe try and give them Judkins for and then in exchange of, instead of getting Pollard or Swift, they give you like a Harvey or somebody better. I'm gonna say do a better trade. Thank you for the super chat. Get more. Smitty, can you check my team first before the Gibbs for Henderson in London? I mean, let's see here. Moves or trades. Knicks, Gibbs, Aaron Jones, BTJ, Sutton, McBride, Sharps, Rice, Davis, Scatterboot, Tesla, Mooney. I mean, I like the team. I don't know. I kind of don't know what you're asking me now. And if there's another question later, I'm far beyond it to even understand what we're talking about here. Did you drop another question? All I see is this. Did you ask like another? Maybe you asked another question. Okay, here it is. I think I'm piecing it together. Trade Gibbs for London and Henderson. Okay. So Gibbs for London and Henderson. Well, I guess chat, let me know if you would do this. Looking at this team right here, Gibbs for London and Henderson. I know you're without Rice right now. BTJ, Rice, eventually you're starting wide receivers, but still, I mean, Sutton's good. You can trade Sutton for something else, though. Sutton and Aaron Jones for like a Travis Hunter. But I think I still probably take London and Hendy anyway, because you're going to be without Rice for 6 weeks. I still do that trade. But I understand where you're coming from. But Sutton, you make that trade. Go get Travis Hunter. Go get like a Harvey type. Full PPR 8-man league, 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, flex, Mahomes, JJ, Sungod, Achane, Kenneth Walker III, Kelsey, and B Hall, DJ Moore. Who to start? What ideas? I mean, Mahomes, JJ, Sungod, Achane, and your running back. Your other running back is probably going to be. It's probably Kenneth Walker for right now, and then Kelsey, and then your flex would probably be. I mean, DJ Moore might be safer than Hall for right now, but I'd probably say Hall. And then hopefully Charbonnet is amazing later for you. But DJ Moore and Kenneth Walker for one player. Hampton, Hendy. DJ Moore and Hall for Hendy, if you will. But I'd try and keep Sharps. And Kenneth Walker and DJ Moore might get it done. Kenneth Walker for Harvey. Man, everybody's getting sick in the house. I'm already feeling it in the nose, runny nose and everything. But hopefully I don't get sick. 12-team PPR: Kyler Murray, Genty, Hendy, Ollie Gordon, Keaton Mitchell, BTJ, JSN, Egbuka, Hunter. Love the team. Tough league. Yeah, well, you got to get a tough team. Your running backs are off the hook, and if Gordon or Keaton Mitchell or one of them hit with that receiver room, I'm just hoping you can start all 4 of those wide receivers. If not, I don't know. You could potentially go JSN, and then again, what are you going to do? Like maybe top 3 QB. But I think I stand down and just hold that team. That team is straight fire. It's a really good team. I don't even know if we'll have time to draft tonight. 12-man PPR, Dak, running back Kenneth Walker, Pollard, Ford, Nico, BTJ, Rice, Diggs, Thielen, Mims, Kittle. Who do I flex? And trade advice. I don't love the running backs. I mean, you're starting Walker and Pollard probably. I mean, you could go Charbonnet and Walker just to cover your bases, but that's just going to suck to have the wrong one. You might have to trade Nico or BTJ into a wide receiver running back combo, to be honest. Like Pollard and BTJ for Ladd and Hampton or something like that, or Hendy or Kyren or Harvey. And if you go in the Harvey direction, you're going to want a better running back. If you go in the Kyren, you're going to get a lesser wide receiver. But the ultimate goal would be like a Kyren-Ladd combo of sorts is what I'd be looking for. Rate the team: Burrow, CD, Ridley, Myers, Egbuka, Thornton, Jacobs, Achane, Kamara. Love the team. Probably trying to move Kamara and or Jacobs and Ridley and one of those guys for a bigger monster. And then you got Egbuka, CD, and then the big monster to go with Achane. And then you could even if you move Jacobs and, like, let's say Ridley, you could still move Kamara straight up for, a player, whether it be Hendy or JSN or something like that, and just do I just think getting rid of Jacobs and Kamara is probably smart, especially if you were to go down from Jacobs to Harvey and get Hunter. Go see who the Hunter owner has and go see who the Harvey owner has. I feel like you could get a 2-for-1 for Jacobs, pretty solid 2-for-1. 12-team redraft league, start 8 Mahomes, and then Chase Brown, Bucky, Sharps, Rico, Shipley, JJ, T-Mac, Sutton, Hunter. It's pretty good team. T-Mac or Sutton. T-Mac and Sutton for one player. JSN or higher. T-Mac and Sutton for Ladd and something. T-Mac or Sutton with Charbonnet to the Walker owner for one bigger, better player. Or you just wait. You're 7.5 until you make a move like that. You wait and Sharps either becomes your 8.1 or 8.5 team because he's a starter, or you trade him. Appreciate you. Full PPR trying to trade away Nico for running back. Any recommendations? I got London, Ibuka, Travis Hunter. I'm trying to trade away Nico for a running back. So you're just going to start off, do the anchor move, where you essentially you're trading Nico, you go to the Harvey owner. So you get Harvey and you write it down, and then plus what? Now that you have this in place, you know that you can ask for whatever to try and balance the scale. If you change this from Nico to Kyren, who gets drafted after Nico, this player has to be a lot lesser to make that scale not slam down so hard. Maybe you could get a Hunter. Maybe you could get a Debo. And I love Debo and Kyren. That would be awesome. If you go as far down as a Gordon, which would be super risky, but now you can ask for even more than a Ladd McConkey, But if you go Harvey, it's a good balance of you get the Harvmeister and a Ladd for Nico, and then all of a sudden you have a really, really good trade. So kind of anchor it out and see what's what, but that's how you kind of pencil it out. 12 team, 1 QB, any moves? May, Genty, Kamara, London, JSN, McMillan. Trying to get Harvey and Hunter into my lineup. All these Sharps, fantastic. JSN, keep JSN. McMillan and Kamara for one player. And that player could be Hampton, Hendy, Kyren, London. You could swing for the fences. Totally swing for the fences. $5 hauler from Andrew. Andrew, appreciate you flexing. Smitty got Ibuka, flexing him with Lamb and Worthy at tight end. Do I go with Strange versus the Panthers or Loveland versus the Vikings? Coin flip. I'd probably say give me Loveland. I think he'll have a pretty good year. He'll be force-fed by Ben Johnson. Adams or Ibuka. You probably have to go Adams this week, but I want to say both. I don't know how you get. And then Ibuka or Pickens, you almost have to say Pickens is a little safer than Ibuka as well. But honestly, that could go either way, and we'll be cheering for all of it. Dak or Penix Jr., probably Dak this week. Those are the safe calls, but they make the most sense. Chat, does anybody disagree on that particular call? If you guys could vote on that one, I'd appreciate it. 12-man. Genty. Big game. Do I flip Pacheco after a big game Friday night? You could. Yeah. I like the team a lot. Genty, Bucky, not moving that. Ollie, not moving Ollie until he gains some value. Marv, T. I'd probably move T and Pacheco for one player. Certainly. And I think that's doable. That's a really good idea. Probably the only thing I would consider doing anyway with that team. The team's kind of a hold. It's good ones, borderline 8.0. 10-man feels like 12-man. JD5, running back, Genty, Hendy, Harvey, Sharps, Gordon, Benson, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Ibuka, Pickens. I like it a lot. Debo. I hope you can get Debo in there. Sam Laporta slap. Addison. If you can't start Pickens, Ibuka, Debo, all three of them, then I'm trading probably Pickens or Debo. But if so, if you can start all three, trading Bill and Addison for one player Bill and Addison for Debo. Bill and Addison for Bill. I don't even know what you could get. You know what? Wait on Sharps unless you can trade him early. Go to the Walker owner, see what you can hold over his head. Sharps, Bill, and Pickens to upgrade to maybe Bill and Addison for Hunter. Try that. D-Train says, is this another $20 hauler? I think this is a different one.
Alert. Super chat alert.
D-Train, you're the man. Hats off to you, Smitty. You've been ahead of the curve when it comes to fantasy football. I'm so thankful I found your channel. I'm thankful you found the channel, pal. The thanks is all on this side of the table. Appreciate you dropping the super chat. Wads, my boy. Thank you, D-Train. Mayfield, Judkins, Swift, Lamb, London, Ingram, Hill, Benson, Scottaboo. Trade London for Hampton because my league have 0.5 per touch. I suppose so. If the scoring makes this make sense differently, I understand it. Yeah, but make sure that scoring really, really is telling that story. Because I hate for you to do that. If it's a wild scoring like that, I'm fine with it. Hampton's going to be more valuable in that setting. Just look at the projections and see, make sure it's lining up. I got Mason, Tootin, Sharps, and Dunze Gordon on my bench, and Brees in the starting lineup. Would you try and trade Brees? Nobody is biting. Yeah, I would. Honestly, I like Hunter in a worst case scenario, and that's a very decent trade. Even Debo, you know. And if you give up something on the bench like Mason, maybe you can really go even like one slight step forward. But I think you got to settle on the fact that Ibuka or Debo or Hunter might be a pretty decent sidestep. Rate my team 12-man. Puka, London, Bucky, Hendy, love it. Wilson, Ibuka, Nix, Aaron Jones, fantastic. Wait. No moves to make because I don't want you to get rid of any of those players unless you're trading Garrett Wilson and Aaron Jones. Yeah, I'd do that for like a lad or Kyren or type of player. That would be pretty solid. I like that idea. Rate my team. Oh, didn't I just do this one? I don't. Yeah. Thank you very much for the super chat. PPR Dynasty Superflex 85 Williams McCarthy. So JD5 Williams McCarthy, not bad. You could trade one if you wanted. Gibbs CMC. You could trade CMC if you wanted. Try and upgrade CMC. Kenneth Walker, Sharps, Mason, London, Ladd, Evans, Ingram, Adams, Pearsall. Do I trade anyone for Benson for Allen for JCM? Let's see, anyone for Benson, Allen, JCM? You mean out of the waiver wire? Trade for him? I don't know if I'm trading for those. Benson, I'd probably pick Benson up. JCM and Benson are really, really close. And if I was to cut one, if this is an ad drop question, I'm not sure if you worded that wrong, I would probably cut Diggs. But I think, yeah, you can make a trade here. London, Ladd, and Evans and Adams and Pearsall. You could probably trade Adams and Pearsall or Evans and Pearsall together for one better wide receiver. Or just keep Sharps and trade Kenneth Walker in one of them. Like Pearsall and Kenneth Walker for Handy, Harvey, Hampton, Kyren. And then would I give up like Adams or Evans with Pearsall or Kenneth Walker with Adams or Evans for a Genty, Bucky, Achane, Hampton, Hendy? Yes. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you very much. And then two more super chats. If I missed anybody's, put a red emoji question mark, not a regular question mark, a red emoji question mark. Put like 10 of them, and not a bunch of messages, but one message saying I missed your super chat. If I did accidentally close it out or something. Nico for Kyren and Rice. I'd take Kyren and Rice and run as long as you feel like you'll stay afloat. And 12-team PPR: Dak, Gibbs, Hampton, London, Evans, Loveland, Tet, Hunter, Golden, Javante, Ali. Strange thoughts. Yeah, I'm liking this. The wide receivers are off the hook. The running backs are off the hook. Dak's solid. Hunter and Tet. You could probably trade Tet and maybe Tet and Evans could get you an upgrade into Genty or Bucky or Achane if you wanted to try that. If you couldn't pull that off, then I'd probably look to wait for Ollie Gordon or trade Ted and Golden for one slightly better player. Love that you have Hunter. Don't trade Hunter. Past that, I'm probably standing down unless I'm trading like Golden or Ted for a QB upgrade. Even though I like Dak, I'd rather have a top 5 quarterback. Fantastic questions. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for the $20 haulers. Especially goes out to, let me see if I got, let me see if I can find these $20 haulers real quick. Thank you very much. D-Train, Ryan, D-Train. Thank you, QF Stops. Thank you, Shelly, for the $100 hauler. You guys are unbelievable. Gifted memberships. I don't know if we had any gifted memberships tonight. I'm forgetting if we did. Yes, we did. Sarah gifted 5 of them. Sarah, are you still here? I'm so sorry. Sarah gifted 5 memberships, and I didn't see it earlier. Hopefully she sees this. Thank you so much. If you got one, please thank Sarah for that. I'm sorry about the kind of a cluster tonight. Really slow moving on the super chats. I'm kind of worn down today. I'll definitely recharge the battery tonight. It's not something that carries over from day to day. Some of you guys don't see my regular day to day on top of the live streams. And sometimes there's a lot of, data crunching and things on thefantasyfootballshow.com. And this is not just a draft site. Okay. So you need to think about this as a waiver wire, buy low, sell high trade calculator with weekly rankings. And it's thefantasyfootballshow.com. And so I'm getting it geared up for all the content that I need to produce week in and week out. And so if you haven't been here on the site, make sure you check it out. Here's the link for thefantasyfootballshow.com. Don't forget, this is the link to Underdog. We probably won't draft tonight. I think I'm just too tired tonight. There's the link. But if anybody wants to draft with us next time, hit that link. And I'll draft with you. I guess I could do one draft real quick, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. And then don't forget my Patreon. Join right here. Patreon. Boom. Let's see here. I mean, we could try and do one real quickly. Let's do a week 1 draft. Real fast. $10 hauler. Superflex got Mahomes, May, Penix Jr., Garrett Wilson, Rice, Hunter, Buka, Gibbs, Achane. Wow, what a team. Brown. Chase Brown, too? Sharps, Gordon, Ferguson. Felt like I back against the wall. What do you mean? Mahomes and Penix in a Superflex? You got Garrett Wilson, Rice, Hunter, Buka, Gibbs, Achane, and Chase Brown. Backs against the wall. What? At the bank? You're back against the wall as you're cashing your checks? I don't even know what you could even do anything. Like Garrett Wilson and what? Garrett Wilson and maybe Ferguson for a McBride? Go try that. Try that on for size. Past that, you've crushed it. Garrett Wilson and Penix for maybe a QB upgrade. Good Lord. That team is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay, Underdog promo code Smitty. Yeah, everyone's saying get rest. You know what? Yeah, let's call it a night. Well, anybody wants to draft, they can draft right now. I'll even be in there drafting. But I think I will call it for tonight. We could maybe do one. I don't know. Let's just call it a night. I'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, which is live when news breaks. That's our bat time. The bat channel is right here, the Fantasy Football Show. See you all tomorrow. Thank you. Go watch the Scott Hansen interview if you missed it. Appreciate you. He gave some insight on the commercials for the Red Zone, which we broke, really. All right, see you all later. Live whenever news breaks. Live at 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday, and live at midnight Eastern almost every single night. See you all tomorrow. Appreciate you.